Priestess, how's everyone doing? So tonight I'm going to be making a chicken Caesar salad. I have some broth going now in the copper pot there. And in there, it's got some seasoning, Italian herbs, steak seasoning, sage, savory, salt, pepper, red pepper, basil, and I have a little hot pickle juice in there for some vinegar. And I'm going to add some saffron, some Spanish saffron that I got too. I'm going to add a little bit of that to the broth as well. And get the chicken going. I'm going to wait till I add the chicken to add the saffron because I want that to be kind of like a fresh seasoning. Go ahead and grab a piece of chicken. How's everyone doing? Let me know how you're doing. Of course, as always, if you have any questions and, doing complimentary oracle consultations, just so everyone has an idea of what they are for promotional purposes and to pay it forward, to give back. Give back. When people support you and help you, it affords you the ability to give back to others. So if anyone has any questions, wants a oracle consultation, which is pretty much the same as like a tarot reading, a divination, what I do. So if you have questions about anything, let me know. I'm just rinsing off a nice piece of chicken here, boneless, skinless chicken. It's got some fat on it. I guess that I should cut off some of the fatty pieces, but I'm just going to let the fat kind of... Peace, Edony. How you doing? Hey, how are you? Long time. I'm just making some chicken Caesar salad. I'm boiling my chicken. I don't know if it's kind of like an African style or just like a simple style. Poor person style, I don't know, but it's kind of like a fondue as well. So I made some broth, seasoned it, rinsed off the chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on there, and once it's done boiling and the fat kind of releases for flavor, I'm going to maybe trim a little fat off of there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little saffron to the broth for seasoning. Alrighty, just need a little bit. Some saffron. And turn the eye up a little bit more, let it boil. And now I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah, I will. Let me know if you have any questions. I know I'm live, but if you have any questions about anything, I do live oracle consultations, like I was saying, but I definitely will, or just message me too. Make sure I still got your current number. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this back in the fridge, and I'm going to chop the salad up. So I rinsed off the lettuce already. Nice, beautiful head of lettuce. All right. And just going to go ahead and cut off some leaves. And you can use the lettuce as a wrap too. You can wrap things in the lettuce. People do that, but the first time I saw someone do that was Shayna, frequency chick. If you happen to be watching, my friend Shayna is she's the first person who actually ate something. She had made like a chicken salad, and wrapped it in the lettuce leaf instead of like a wrap or tortilla or bun. And restaurants do that a lot too, but when you have the lettuce like this, it's good to use for that. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start just cutting up some actually, and then I'll plate everything. If anyone has any questions, let me know. Hey, Petalize. Yeah, you like the wrap lettuce? How is everyone, though? Just going to give the lettuce a nice rough chop. And I like to work around the iceberg part. So I got the green goodness here. I like my stuffed chops thin. I like to eat small, like a bird. And then I just kind of chop around the iceberg part and just save the iceberg part for compost. Sometimes the cats like to nibble on it. You can save it for compost. You can even boil it, you know, when you make a stew or something. You can add that, you know. But it's just, you know, I like to chop these off because they're crunchy. Some people like the crunch. I like the green. It's a lot of water in that part, though. It is a lot of water in the crunch part. I just like the good green leafiness. And if no one has any question, I'm just gonna pull a scripture. The Most High has really been blessing me with a lot, with fellowship. I talked to my mom today, which is always a blessing. My mom's Jehovah's Witness, and I had a plumber come over who also happened to be a Jehovah's Witness. I gave him some of my soap, and you know, we talked a little bit. So, you know, faith and spirituality is really helps you stay calm and just, you know, enjoy the ride. Yeah, I think I'll try and upload this to YouTube if I can. My phone's not super charged, so I actually reminded me I better hurry up and make everything and finish so I can plate everything and show you all. But yes, I will upload it to YouTube as soon as possible. And so I got some lettuce here, so I'm actually just gonna throw, I'm gonna open this rainbow peppercorn grinder, and I'm just gonna pepper the lettuce a little bit while it's fresh and moist, and the chicken is still boiling. Peace, everyone. Just making some chicken Caesar salad here. I got the chicken boiling. I'm chopping and plating the lettuce and stuff. Now I'm throwing a little of the herbs from Province on there too, because it's got sage and lavender in there, which I love. Peace, Christian. Peace, Kristen. I got your soap whenever you're ready. As a matter of fact, Kristen, since you popped on, I actually have it right here. Got your soap. Red velvet. I'm going to keep making a lot of the red velvet because I know that's a favorite of, you know, so I'm gonna keep working with that. So I peppered the lettuce a little bit, throw some tomato, some fresh tomato on. This looks like a regular tomato, California tomato. This one. Juicy here. Melt it. Save the tomato too. How is everyone? Let me know if anyone has any questions. Tomato's kind of soggy, so I'm gonna squeeze some of the juice out. Sometimes it happens when the tomato freezes up a little bit and then melts. So I'm gonna save the rest for some pasta sauce or maybe some guacamole. Okay. Go ahead and finish up the lettuce. See, now with the baby little parts here, with the baby iceberg parts, those I don't mind. I'll get all the little iceberg part out just for like the little small parts for a little crunch. And it'll be like a watery crouton since I'm not going to do any croutons. And then I saved the other iceberg, and I'll just use that. You just use it for compost. You can sprinkle it around a tree, bury it around a tree, throw some in your plants or whatever to water the plants. Compost helps feed the roots of anything that you're growing. Or you can just sprinkle it outside. If you don't have a garden, you can take it to the nearest tree or, nature spot that you go to. So yeah. Check out my YouTube too. But I wanna kind of clean up some stuff and kind of, just kind of really focus on spiritual stuff and, kind of what's going on and just kind of encourage people to read the Bible a little bit more too, to kind of understand things. So, peace, Marcus. What's my vibe? Top Chef. I'm making some salad. I have some chicken boiling here and some broth in my copper pot. It's just kind of hot, but I have some chicken boiling here, and the broth has some red pepper, black pepper, pink salt, some Italian herb seasonings, savory seasoning, steak seasoning, a little pick a pepper sauce, some hot pickle juice for vinegar in there. It's just got a lot, and so it's a boneless, skinless piece of chicken just boiling away. Let me kind of stir and flip it a little bit. So I'm going to cut this up. Maybe cut some of the fat off of it a little bit. Flip it there. Let it keep marinating. I forgot to, I wanted to put some cilantro in the broth, but I'm just going to go ahead and put the cilantro in the salad too. So I'm going to do that right now. Finish cutting up the lettuce. Then I'm going to get some phone's dying. I'm going to get some Kalamata olives and some capers in there. Let me just go get the charger real quick. That's a good one. Okay, and that way I can pull the scripture too. Let me just throw you guys on the charger. Alright. So let me know if anyone has any questions about anything. And that works. Right, so lettuce. Finish up the lettuce. I want to make the salad too big. Yesterday I made it really big. Peace, Brando. Peace. Just making chicken Caesar salad here. Getting some more lettuce cut up. I'm plating everything, and then the chicken's boiling in some broth. And I will plate it momentarily. Finish cutting up a little more lettuce here. Dry my surface a bit. If anyone has any questions, let me know. Questions, comments about anything. What's up? I'm also doing live oracle consultations, so I got to cook a little bit to keep you all entertained until someone's brave enough to ask a question. Yeah, thanks all. Thanks for the love. I am fresh out the shower. I just used some of the soap that I just showed you, which is red velvet, and that is an Oshun soap. It's an Oshun initiation soap. But it's kind of like an anointment, and so again, I'm just gonna kind of start marketing my brand, in a way that kind of reflects my rights. And red velvet, it's no lie, no dye, oil-based charcoal soap. Yep, like you said, Brando, Ashe of Oshun. nice holy glow. And, it has, rose clay, rose oil, eucalyptus, fresh roses, a little bit of charcoal, and some essential oils that help with, energy, solar sun power. The red velvet is it's a nice creamy, sensual daytime soap. It's good for solar energy, energizing, getting creative energy, generating sisterhood and sustainable relationships. Like-minded people, and attracting resources, sustainable resources, not something quick like luck, but something lasting, like a good job, a good friendship, a courting romance, something that will, form a prosperity that is sustainable, not fleeting. So it definitely deals with that substantial femininity of Oshun, not the superficial one, which is, a little bit more Ejuli Freda, so to speak. It deals with overcoming depression, so the essential oils do give some, aromatherapy in there that is great for that. I'm gonna throw a little capers on top. What was that question? What's your question, Brando? Throw a few capers on top. The salad, not too much. I'm not gonna overdo. All right. I just cut up some cucumber. No seeds in the cucumber. Throw the cucumber in there too. All right. I'm gonna get some olives. Cut up some Kalamata olives. What type of charcoal? I use a couple types of charcoal. Activated charcoal and regular charcoal. For, just like regular charcoal that's not safe on your skin charcoal. So it depends. It depends on what soap too that you get, and it depends on what the spirit feels too. The ingredients are the same for the most part. The recipes are the same, but the spirit isn't always. Sometimes it's very intuitive, it's very spiritual. So sometimes, a person may need it, or I may be in a certain energy, and, whatever's needed may come out, whatever healing or, spiritual property may come out, and that may just be what's needed for the particular time, the particular moon phase or celestial cycle. Those are other things. So right now, I will just show you all. Get you back on the charger in a minute. But so basically, I've got here some chopped lettuce, cucumber, tomato, Kalamata olives, capers with a little seasoning black pepper on top. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the chicken that's boiling. I'm going to turn the broth off and open the pot like a pro. And looks delish. Look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out and put it on the chopping block and chop away. I'm going to see if I can trim some of the fat off. Not that I don't need the fat. But yeah, chicken Caesar salad. And I'm a user like a Parmesan Romano vinaigrette or whatever. I forgot what type of vinaigrette I have. But I'm probably gonna do that. I might put some Caesar on it. So let's just go ahead and grab the chicken out the broth. Okay. Nice size for the size of the salad. So, yeah, the fat kind of shrunk, so I'm not going to chop the fat off. I'm just going to go ahead and chop the chicken, let it cool a little bit, and then I'm just going to taste a small piece to see how the flavor is. It's good. It's good. But I tasted to see if I want to add any more salt onto it after the broth. But it's pretty seasoned, and the salad dressing will have some salt in it too, or some flavoring too. So, and I did put some salt on the salad. See, I found a little piece of fat there. You can feel a little bit of the fat as you're cutting away anyway. So, but I will, I probably will add a few more sprinkles of salt. Onto the chicken, chop it in some nice chunks, and of course, chop it however you like it. I like my food. I like fine dining, literally. So I like my food in like fine, almost like chiffonade chunks, but finer things in life. Wordsmith, can't help the puns. All right. Throw a little bit more pink salt on top of the chicken that I just chopped. And see, it has a kick to it because of the pick pepper and the peppers in the broth. It has a kick, and plus, don't forget, I put some hot pickle juice in it for vinegar, so it has the chicken has a kick. I wanted it to be salty to bring out the flavor a little more as it gets lost in the salad or lost in the sauce. So there it is. Can barely see it, I know. Oh, peace. Okay. Yeah, peace, Kristen. Arugula on your forehead. Who told you that? You got arugula on your, and see, I'm just gonna take it in a knife and just kind of throw it on top, nice and neat. And what I forgot to do, what I do want to do is, I forgot to put the cheese on first. So what I'm going to do is add the cheese now, and I'm going to add two types of cheese. So one cheese that'll melt a little bit, and another one, Parmesan. Yeah. So this is the melty cheese here, and again, it's out the fridge, but since the chicken's hot, I'm just going to throw some of that just right on top of the chicken. Melt it a little bit there too. That doesn't hurt. And then I'm just going to put Parmesan around the whole salad too. So it's chicken Caesar salad, even though it's more like a garden salad. with the vinaigrette, it's really like a garden salad with chicken, but for me it's chicken Caesar salad. But what I could make a traditional chicken Caesar salad, with spinach, kale, boiled egg, hard boiled egg, croutons. I'll make a homemade one. I got a lot of stuff to make. Like I said, I need to get things professional. I just need a little help over here, like a camera person or I just need to get some things together on my end as well. But I can't wait to really go full throttle with the show for you all, answer questions, do live readings. I just did a movie review, which it's on my Facebook page, my movie review for First They Killed My Father. Oh, forgot to do a few things actually. I forgot to cut up some cilantro. So I'm just gonna I like to do cilantro with the scissors. It's just like more convenient. So cilantro is good for respiratory health too. Cilantro helps open your airways and everything. So remember the coronavirus attacks your respiratory, it attacks your lungs and makes the phlegm, harden up, this, that, and the third. So I'm going to throw cilantro on there for the cause. A little bit more. And I just like to chop the cilantro. So that way it releases and it's easy. It's an easy way to some herbs. It's just nice to just go ahead and cut them up. So here we have it, y'all. Look at that. My gosh. Chicken Caesar salad. So for those who just joined, we got some lettuce, some leafy lettuce, cucumber, tomato, Kalamata olives, capers, some boneless, skinless chicken breast boiled in a nice, delicious broth that had, a nice peppery, seasoned herbaceous broth topped with 2 cheeses, Parmesan cheese and another melty cheese and cilantro. And so I guess I could let you all decide if I should do Caesar dressing or vinaigrette. Okay. You heard about arugula on your forehead, and okay, all right, I see, Christine. You said you heard about arugula and then your forehead itched. Would I know more about arugula? When you heard about him on YouTube, your forehead itched. It was upon learning about the husband of Yemaya. Yeah. Oh, thanks about the salad. Yeah, the salad. I do need to get on a little health kick, but yes. You have a connection to Yemaya, and it seems like it's clear that you received a mystery. So Yemaya basically learned divination. I don't want to say she stole it, but basically she learned it through her marriage with Arumila, and he didn't necessarily teach her, but she learned it and she acquired it because Yemaya is very studious. You being Pisces too, you're connected with that fish woman energy that originates with Yemaya. And, like my mother, Pisces women tend to be very, very studious. So Oba, by the way, is like the most studious female Orisha, the wife of Shango. And Oba is the Orisha of wisdom, as well as, of so to speak, education and studious wisdom and feminine wisdom that deals with homemaking. But Yemaya, so to speak, that Pisces woman energy, speaking to you, Kristen, it's a studiousness of that ultimate receptiveness that the womb has, that the womb represents receiving. The phallus, the man, represents projecting, giving, but projecting more so, because giving is also a form of nurturing of the woman. But the principle is that of reception. The masculine principle is projection. So fertility, also deals, it starts with receptivity too, being open to receiving different life forms. And that is what Yemaya represents as the ocean, as the ocean, which ocean, symbolic of Oshun, but the ocean is salt water, and salt water cleans, and that's where life originated, salt water. We need fresh water to sustain our life, because that deals with the mysteries that Yemaya bestowed upon her daughter Oshun through giving her the rights of the magic mirror. Because Yemaya prefers to stay underwater in the ocean and not deal with humanity. But she has that ultimate maternal love because of that nurturing part of giving. So these are feminine principle, mysteries of Yemaya. She gives of herself, and she gives life, and she gives that to earth for Oshun or earth to sustain. But Yemaya really, mysteries of her, she kind of prefers to be a single mother. She prefers to be in solitude, in a state of studiousness, in a state of reception. And that psychic power, that ultimate psychic power that comes from that empathy and reception and maternal motherhood of being connected to everything, therefore being able to feel the water in everything's blood, it coming from your womb, say, the Yemaya mystery, and having that ultimate psychic ability because you are connected to everything because it came from you, from the water. And everyone has water in their blood. And if you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, it deals with blood bending. The water tribe's highest or most dangerous form of bending was blood bending. Well, again, earth or anyone can access the elements within the blood. The elements within the body, the oxygen within the body, the electricity within the body for firebenders, the carbon within a body or iron for earthbenders, the metals, and the water within the body or the blood. So ultimate psychic ability, it deals with, one, your bloodline traits, what you're connected to, and how your bloodline trait can trace back to the Most High, how your blood and DNA can be programmed to connect to the Most High. Because water can be programmed. If anyone's read the Water Cure, water can be programmed through speaking and healed. And that's the mother healing and creating health within the womb. So the ultimate I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent of Yemaya mysteries, but the ultimate receptivity allows you to have that empathy and that sympathy and that intuition needed to essentially do like psychic readings or counseling, guidance, divinations. Well, Orunmila is the Orisha of now this is where it gets a little. This is why I want to relate masculine, feminine principles, because Yemaya holds the principle of the oracle Yemaya holds the feminine principle of psychic power relating to the moon. Now Orunmila, again, that male principle of psychic power. Orunmila is the seer. I don't want to say destiny because the Ifa bird technically is the Orisha over your destiny, over your head. What your destiny is, which again is guided by what your head is, which is guided by what Orisha or whose house you're under, depending on what tradition and how you say these terms and what language you're using. Rhetoric, it's all semantics is nonetheless understanding the nature of the spirit it is and of the ancestor. And Orunmila is the seer. Orunmila was the one who was given the rights by the Most High, or whatever you want to call Ochumare, what have you, Orunmila was the one given the rights to see, not to bestow destiny, so to speak, like the Ifa bird, and to divine one's destiny like the Ifa bird, but to see past, present, future in all things. So Orunmila walks around with his eyes lit up, lit. Orunmila is lit. His eyes are lit up in a bright yellow. That's an undescribable yellow. It's Orunmila's Ilekis are green, yellow, and white because it's a glow. Similar to how some cat's eyes glow, but it doesn't have the black in there. It's just a lit where he's constantly seeing everything about everything. So his awareness, you know, he almost similar to kind of the way an Aquarius is known to have big eyes, and they have that, you know, Aquarius can be kind of robotic and have big eyes, but they're just walking around just constantly like watering, you know, they're water bearers, they're watering. Orunmila is like that in a way where he just walks around seeing all these things and can automatically see these things about a person. When you take Yemaya's learning that mystery that belonged to him and her mixing her the maternal mystery that belonged to her, the right to give life, to nurture life, the right to bless women with the ability to do that, and to bless women with the rights of motherhood and duafe, you know, her blending that, being his wife, and her during that marriage learning those things, blending her nature with it. That's where you get the ability to divine in a feminine way. And that's precisely why it's okay. It's nothing wrong with however a person does it. I'm not trying to knock or cramp no one's style or anything like that. I'm just speaking, you know, for myself. That's why I no longer use the tarot cards. I can, and I can help other people do that, but I don't need them. So, you know, I guess I think the things that I told you were important, Kristen. Peace, Ken. Even as a priestess, you have to be a virgin. Well, no. As a male, I have to be the producer. Well, as a priestess, do you have to be a virgin? No. As Black High Priestess, my name, my birthright is Chastityunique Smith. That's the name my mother gave me. That name, my first name, deals with chastising. The root word is chaste, which means virgin, but the full word is chastisement, which means punishment through purification. That was translated into the chastity belt that was created. I don't know what century, 18. I don't know what exact century. I don't know, 15, 6. Who knows? Whoever knows, you get a free. If someone can tell me what century the chastity belt was forged, you'll get a free soap or divination or whatever product you want. If you can tell me within 36 hours, message or comment. So my rights as Black High Priestess deal a lot with my birthrights and my name and my particular path. Now, the feminine principles are Virgin, Mother, Crone, but Virgin is also maiden, and Virgin is somewhat of a standard for the maiden, but it does not is not a requirement, because the virgin represents the maiden, and the maiden aspect of the female trinity, maiden mother crone or virgin mother crone, the maiden aspect represents the aspect that helps the mother, that learns how to become a wife first and foremost, and then a mother, because being a mother starts with being a wife, especially from when you're taking these angelic or fallen angel principles. That's a different upload for anyone who has a question about what I just said. If you're taking these angelic or fallen angel doctrines and principles and applying them to humanity, you're essentially dealing with the female aspect. Yes, the younger woman, but also the woman who learns from the mother. And in humanity, being a mother would start with being a wife and having a certain relationship with a man that benefits the child, which in humanity, for the most part, is to be the wife. The virgin is a term that relates to the Vestal virgins and in Greece, in ancient Greece, but also traces back to before that, the mystery of the virgin having a sacred sexuality that opens portals to other dimensions and to the higher divine source, higher connections to the Most High. The virgin is in African spirituality, you're taking the so to speak, the Eurocentric trinity. In African spirituality, the virgin would be the hunsi, or the spirit wife, the one who is ridden, by the spirits, and who, the mambo works with the snakes to receive insights. And that would be somewhat more on the Yemaya side. But the hunsi works with the calabash, and that's the maiden form, and the hunsi works with the calabash, and which holds the spirits, and the hunsi becomes the calabash, just like the mambo becomes the snake. All right. Being ridden by the spirits and being chosen would deal with having a sexuality that was so inspirational and motivating and desirable that the spirits even want it, and that the spirits take you as their wife before a human can, because your sexuality is so valuable. That is my particular path within Vodun. That deals with my particular initiations. Again, there are different feminine principles that other women embody and are empowered by, and they're under the house of these other Orisha and these ancestors. But again, that's to answer your question, Ken, about does a priestess have to be a virgin? No, in African spirituality, you don't have to be a virgin to be taken as a spirit wife. But once you are taken as a spirit wife, you can expect it to be very difficult to have a man in your life, because the spirits are keeping you. And there is to be an agreement where the spirits, or the ancestors who keep you as wife, have sex with you in the spirit realm, which can translate to having sex with you in your dreams. But it can be hard for you to actually take on a physical husband if you are a spirit wife. In terms of an oracle, or back to the Eurocentric trinity, Virgin Mother Crone. In ancient, again, the Vestal virgins, the oracle, that the concept of a prostitute comes from the virgin aspect of the woman. It actually comes from the virgin aspect, because the virgin aspect dealt with having a sexuality that was spiritual, that was not used for procreation like the mother, but used for spirituality. That's sacred sexuality, and it's something that you're for the most part born with, and understand, and you can enhance. There's other forms of practicing sacred sexuality, but if you don't understand that Oshun form of sacred sexuality, that is preserved so much, that the Most High keeps you and you become a nun, or that the ancestors keep you as a spirit wife, or that you are allowed to get paid for your sexuality because it is a spiritual, not something for procreation. Having sex with a real virgin. But again, these are ancient. This is how it was translated into ways to control women's power. But the ancient concept of a virgin in modern day is considered is what modern day prostitution is, and has been desecrated to. Now, the other aspect of the virgin actually deals with the fact that virgin also meant a term where it wasn't that the girls or the younger girls were abstaining from sex. It's that they were abstaining from pregnancy because they were hunters. So there's different types of virgins. There's virgins that are virgins because of the sacred femininity. And then there's virgins that are virgins because of the masculine principle that they embody as a huntress. Both things do not, both forms of virginity do not allow for childbirth. Yeah, you can have it, but the mysteries of childbirth belong to the mother. And those are different Yemaya mysteries. So that's to answer your question, Ken. Now, as a male, I have to be the producer. I'll put it like this: as a man, you don't have to be anything. But when you choose to embody masculine principles and delve into African spirituality and deal with the ancestors or deal with the Most High, as a, if you are going to be initiated into the biblical mysteries, you need to read the Bible and see what the Most High requires of a man to be within his kingdom and his nation, to be within his favor. See what Christ required and taught about manhood. See what Christ required from the apostles, who were essentially monks. They learned the mysteries from Christ. These are the same mysteries that spiritual shamans and everyone are ascending to now. But Christ was the originator of those. The original healer, the original shaman, the original monk, all those things. He healed people, he rose from the dead, he did all those things that to this date no other person has been recorded to have done. So again, no one has to do anything. But once you decide to take on knowledge and take on power, you're taking on responsibility. Ignorance is bliss. Knowledge is power. And with great power comes great responsibility. That's where I come in as Black High Priestess. Not, to help people understand, the responsibility that comes with being able to receive these insights. I received these things from practices. Yeah, in my beginning phases, there were some websites I was led to, but a lot of times it happens the way Kristen talked about, that you're led to a video, or you're led to a certain information, or you're led to a certain person to give you that information because it's an oral tradition when you're dealing with Vodun African spiritual ancestry and the different traditions within it. You're dealing with the bloodline trait. That's an oral tradition, you know. Careful, baby. Don't fall down on my salad. I still do have my salad here, but I went on a little tangent. So that's why you have to really let the spirits initiate you in those ways. And they will do it through people, through entertainment. You know, the spirits work in a lot of different ways, but you just have to recognize it and recognize those things. And recognize, you know, what is it about you that you're being chosen and guided to the information. Sometimes people get confused and thinking, you know, I got guided to this and that. Well, and now I'm this and now I'm that. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean you go try and be something that you're not. You don't get guided to something and you've never taken an interest in witchcraft or spirituality. You've never read, you know, anything, but you got guided to something and you hear other people talk about it. Now you're a priestess of Oshun, or now you're changing your name to Oshun on Facebook or whatever. That's that pseudo spirituality that happens, and that's Jezebel. That's when, you know, a lot of women think that they're dealing with the Ashe of Oshun or the Orishas and things like that. But they're, you know, and men too, but they're really dealing with that Jezebel ego that plays on your pride and doesn't take you through the rites. It just plays on your pride and your ego and your desire to be worshipped and to delve into, you know, those superficial aspects of the craft of the occult, you know, that, you know, can give you, like I said, that quick luck, that quick glamour, but, you know, it's not something you can maintain if it's not really in you or in your blood or in your responsibility. Allow the spirits to lead you and determine why am I being led to this? Like Kristen, you know, like Kristen asked about Arumila. For you, Kristen, I think it's important for you to learn something about Yemaya and learn a little something about yourself through understanding how Yemaya related to that husband and related to that man. And for you, Kristen, you know, since you asked, you need to look at how you relate to men. Yeah, shout out to the cat. Yeah, confirmation. I know, baby. There's another one up there too. But, you know, Kristen, you need to think about your type of femininity and the way you relate to men and what type of relationship you want to have with a man. What are your genuine interests? You don't have to relate to men in the traditional way that stereotypical women do, if that's not your form of femininity. If you get off from information and relating to a man through him being a business partner, or relating to a man from him being a teacher to you, and that is what will keep you around, and that's what will keep you committed or keep you interested in a man, nothing wrong with embracing that. There's nothing wrong with embracing I'm just going to speak, but, you know, something wrong with embracing the fact that you need a man to be more powerful than you in something for you to be interested in him, or to give him any part of yourself. It's nothing wrong with really not needing a man and only needing a certain power from him to sustain you, but not needing a relationship to feel like a complete woman. There's nothing wrong with that. All of that is Yemaya. All of that is Yemaya. Women who are really, really, really independent, and the women who really, really don't need a man, don't want a man, but still respect men, but do not need them. There are women out here like me. I like men. I need men. I like sex. I need sex. I want men around. I don't want to carry this shit. I can do it. I know how to survive. As spoiled as I am, I was also raised to survive, and I was raised to be independent. I was not raised to sleep with men for money or for the things that I need. But me knowing who I am as a woman, I enjoy men. There are women out here who do not
That's not what gets them off. That's not what they need. That's not what's fulfilling to them. There's nothing wrong with that. There's men out here like that. Everyone is not the same. Spirituality helps you embrace what you are and what you have to offer to other people. Because if you're not being of service to other people, there's no other higher purpose. All of the rest is just pride and ego, and it's getting you further and further away from spirituality. There's nothing wrong with isolation and ascension, but come back to earth. Because if you're not dead, you need to be fulfilling a purpose to really show that you understand the responsibility of being initiated into any form of spirituality. What do you want to do with it? Because if you just want to play games and get your way and do this and this and that, you could read one of these little books out here or listen to one of these fools who thinks they know something because they got certified or because this, you can listen to anybody, but you don't have to play with ancient spirits because the ancient spirits are not going to respond to your petty shit. Demons are, and they're going to act like they're ancient spirits so they can get what they want from you, which is your time, your energy, and your soul. And that essentially is why I encourage people, like, if you really want to get into spirituality, read the Bible, get with that, and see where that takes you. It will take you to understanding the ancestors, but the ancestors, not these demons in disguise. So I'm just going to pull Isaiah 42 verse 23 is where. And it says, who among you will hear this? Who will pay attention and listen for the time to come? Drop the mic. Who among you will hear this? Who among you will pay attention and listen for the time to come? If those of you who have been following me for the past 3 years, you've seen I've torn down false altars. I've stopped using tarot. I still do my spirituality, but I've taken a responsibility as Black High Priestess. And me talking about the Bible, that's my responsibility to give you all something that works, something that's legitimate. And something that is really, really gonna heal you, not just physically and not just in this lifetime. Something that is gonna really save your soul and help you ascend beyond what this particular lifetime or phase even has to offer. If you really want to get into spirituality, you're already thinking beyond your flesh and beyond this life. So let's be real about what it means to be spiritual. Yeah, Ken, I know. Yeah, and pretty much everyone on here right now, I appreciate all of you. You said it's beautiful how eyes of Arumula, Yemaya. I never knew she was astucious. How relatable. Thank you. Yeah, studious. And thank you all for listening. Listen, learn, like, subscribe, and I'm going to go ahead and on my chicken Caesar salad. And I'm just gonna throw the vinaigrette on there, mix a little Caesar in there. And until next time, go ahead and think of your questions. And like I said, if in the next 36 hours somebody can tell me what century and even what year the chastity belt was made, you will get a free product or service. So thank you all. Listen, learn, like, subscribe. Bon appetit. Peace and love.